Have you ever imagined how you'd fare if suddenly thrust into a survival situation where the only thing standing between you and the end is your wits and willpower? Life is an unpredictable journey, and sometimes it throws curveballs. These curveballs can manifest in many forms, from natural disasters like earthquakes and floods to wilderness predicaments or urban emergencies. The question is, are you prepared to hit back? Being equipped with practical survival knowledge can be the difference between life and death. It's about knowing how to respond effectively, how to use your environment to your advantage, and how to stay safe, no matter the situation. Survival is an art, a science, and most importantly, a mindset. And that's what we're here to discuss today. We'll be delving into the top 5 most effective survival methods, each one a crucial piece in the puzzle of resilience and survival. In the face of adversity, knowledge is your greatest weapon, so let's dive into the top 5 most effective survival methods. The first step to surviving any situation is always being prepared. Now let's delve into the nitty-gritty of emergency preparedness. It's not about living in constant fear of disaster, but about being ready to face any adversity. Preparedness is your ticket to peace of mind in the face of the unknown. So how does one prepare for emergencies? First and foremost, assemble an emergency kit. This is your survival toolbox packed with items that can sustain you and your loved ones for at least 72 hours. It should include essentials like water, non-perishable food, a first aid kit, a flashlight, batteries, and vital medication. Don't forget personal documents, cash, and blankets. It's also wise to throw in a multi-tool, a whistle, and local maps. You never know when you'll need them. Secondly, devise a comprehensive emergency plan. This is your roadmap, guiding your actions when disaster strikes. Your plan should outline escape routes from your home and community, meeting points, and methods of communication. It's crucial to involve everyone in your household in this planning process, ensuring everyone knows their role. Regularly review and practice this plan, because when the chaos descends, you'll need to act swiftly and surely. Lastly, stay informed. Knowledge is power, and in an emergency, it can be the difference between life and death. Keep abreast of the latest news and updates, understand the potential threats in your area, and learn the appropriate responses. Identify trusted sources of information and ensure you can access them even when the power is out. Remember, preparation is not a one-time event but an ongoing process. Keep your kit stocked and your plan updated. It's also essential to continuously learn and improve. Attend local preparedness workshops, participate in community drills, and keep refining your survival skills. In the grand scheme of things, preparedness may seem like a daunting task, but it's worth every ounce of effort. After all, it's not just about surviving, but thriving in the face of adversity. Remember, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Next, focus on the basics: air, water, food, and shelter. These are the fundamental elements needed to sustain life. Understanding how to secure these necessities can mean the difference between life and death in survival situations. Firstly, air. It's essential, yet often overlooked. In scenarios where the air quality is compromised, such as smoke-filled environments or places with toxic gases, having a means of filtering air can be crucial. A simple cloth mask or bandana can serve as a rudimentary filter, but in more extreme situations, a gas mask or respirator might be necessary. Water is our next critical survival necessity. The human body can only survive a few days without it. If you find yourself in a survival situation without a clean water source, you'll need to know how to purify it. Boiling is the most reliable method, but chemical purifiers and portable filters can also be effective. Next up, food. While you can go weeks without food, your energy levels and cognitive functions will decline without it, impeding your survival efforts. Understanding how to forage, fish, or hunt can provide you with vital sustenance. It's also beneficial to know which plants are edible and which ones to avoid. Lastly, shelter. It's your first line of defense against the elements. The type of shelter you'll need will greatly depend on your environment. In some cases, it could be as simple as a lean-to with branches and leaves. In colder climates, an insulated shelter like a snow cave could be a lifesaver. Always consider your surroundings and use what's available to you. Remember, these necessities aren't luxuries, they're the minimal requirements you'll need to stay alive. In a survival situation, you won't have the comforts of home. You'll need to be resourceful, adaptable, and willing to do what it takes to secure these basics. In conclusion, survival isn't about the amenities of life. It's about securing air, water, food, and shelter, the bare essentials for human survival. And with the right knowledge, you can turn even the most challenging scenarios into survivable situations. Survival isn't about luxury, it's about meeting basic needs. Skills can be the difference between life and death. Let's dive into some essential survival skills that everyone should master to increase their odds in challenging situations. First up, fire making. Fire is a multi-purpose tool in survival situations. It provides warmth, cooks food, purifies water, and signals for help. But how do you build one from scratch? The key is preparation. Gather dry tinder, kindling, and larger pieces of wood. Then use a spark or flame to ignite the tinder. Once it catches, gradually add larger pieces until you've got a roaring fire. Don't forget, practice makes perfect. Next, let's talk about navigation. Getting lost can be a terrifying experience, but knowing how to find your way can save your life. For starters, learn how to read a map and use a compass. These tools are invaluable when navigating unfamiliar terrain. Additionally, pay attention to natural landmarks and the position of the sun. Remember, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Thirdly, first aid is a valuable skill that can be a game changer in a crisis. Learn how to handle common injuries like cuts, sprains, and burns. Knowing how to perform CPR can also be a lifesaver. Invest in a good first aid kit and learn how to use every item in it. Here are some quick tips for each skill. For fire making, always have multiple ways to start a fire. This can be a lighter, matches, or a fire starter. For navigation, always carry a physical map and compass, even if you have a GPS device. Finally, for first aid, regularly update your skills and knowledge. New techniques and guidelines are always being developed. Remember, these are just the basics. There are many more survival skills to learn, like food foraging, shelter building, and water sourcing. But mastering fire making, navigation, and first aid is a great start. Equip yourself with these skills and you'll increase your survival odds significantly. Survival isn't just physical, it's a mental game too. It's the gritty determination, the unwavering focus, and the unyielding positivity that can often make the difference between survival and succumbing to the elements. When we talk about survival, we often focus on the tangible aspects, the tools, the techniques, the physical prowess. Yet the mind is the master of the body, the commander of every action, and the architect of our future. It's mental resilience that can often be the deciding factor in challenging situations. Imagine being in a situation where things are spiraling out of control. The weather is harsh, supplies are dwindling, and hope seems like a distant memory. It's in these moments that your mental fortitude is put to the test. Staying calm may feel like a Herculean task, but it's essential. Panic can cloud judgment, leading to rash decisions. Instead, take deep breaths, clear your mind, and focus on the task at hand. Being focused is another key aspect of mental resilience. It's easy to be overwhelmed by the magnitude of the situation, but remember, every journey begins with a single step. Focus on immediate tasks. Break down the situation into manageable chunks and tackle them one by one. This approach not only makes the situation seem less daunting, but it also provides a sense of accomplishment, fueling your will to survive. Positivity, though it may seem hard to muster in trying times, is a powerful tool in your survival arsenal. It's the beacon of hope in the storm, the light at the end of the tunnel. It's what spurs you on when all seems lost. Believe in your ability to survive. Visualize your success. Positivity can often be the difference between giving up and pushing on. Remember, when all is said and done, it's the strength of your mind that can turn the tide in a survival situation. It's the grit, the determination, and the positivity that can make you a survivor. Your mind can be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. Choose wisely. Finally, remember the survivalist mantra: adapt and overcome. This simple phrase captures the essence of survival. But what does it truly mean? It means being flexible in your approach, willing to change your plan when circumstances demand it. You might have packed the best survival kit, but what if you lose it? What if the weather drastically changes? What if your compass breaks? That's where adaptability comes into play. It's about using your wits to improvise, to use what you have in unexpected ways. It's about thinking creatively to solve problems, even when the odds seem stacked against you. In survival situations, your greatest asset is not necessarily what's in your backpack, but what's in your mind, your ability to adapt, to overcome challenges, to see opportunities where others see only obstacles. That's what will make the difference. Remember, survival is an art of adapting. It's about bending without breaking. Thank you for watching our survival guide. Your time and interest in this important topic is greatly appreciated. We hope you found these survival tips helpful and that they've given you a new perspective on what it truly means to survive in challenging situations. If you enjoyed this video and would like to stay informed with more informative and interesting videos like this one, please consider subscribing to our channel. Remember, knowledge is power. Stay informed, stay prepared, and stay safe. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you once again, and until our next survival adventure, keep adapting and overcoming.